If you remember, in the last chapters, Alma has been talking with his sons, Helaman, Shiblon, and Corianton. After he was done talking with them, they all went out to preach to the people. Now, the people were in the middle of a big battle. You might remember the Zoramites who preyed on the Rameumptom, and the Amalekites who were very wicked. Well, they joined forces with the Lamanites. And this great force wanted to get power over the Nephites and make them slaves. In Alma chapter 43, verse 9, it says, "And now the design of the Nephites was to support their land and their houses and their wives and their children, that they might preserve them from the hands of their enemies, and also that they might preserve their rights and their privileges, yea, and also their liberty, that they might worship God according to their desires." The Nephites also knew that if they were taken as prisoners, they would no longer be able to worship God how they wanted, because the Lamanites wanted to destroy what the Nephites believed. Another reason the Nephites fought so hard was they wanted to protect the anti-Nephi Lehites, who had made the promise with God not to fight anymore and had buried their weapons. So you can see the Nephites had a lot of reasons to stand against the Lamanites. Now, the chief captain over the Nephites was named Moroni. He was only 25 years old, and he knew that he needed to prepare the Nephites for battle. He did this in many ways. He had the soldiers wear armor, including shields and helmets. Now, Moroni knew that Alma was a prophet and a man of God, and he wanted Alma to ask the Lord where he should send his troops. The Lord was able to tell Alma where Moroni needed to send his army. And Moroni didn't just stop there. He also sent out spies to get as much information as possible. Moroni truly wanted to be prepared. So Moroni and his army fought against the Lamanites, and they began to win. But they wanted to give the Lamanites the opportunity to live if they promised to never start another war with the Nephites again. Some Lamanites made that promise and others did not. Those that did not were killed. Eventually, the battle stopped, and the Nephites thanked God for their protection and their blessings. Unfortunately, over time, the battle started again, and for many years, the Lamanites and the Nephites fought with one another. One person from the Nephites, named Amalekiah, brought many of his followers together to try and become king over the Nephites. Amalekiah was angry with the things that Helaman and his brothers had taught, and he wanted power over the people. In Alma chapter 46, verse 10, it says, "Yea, we see that Amalekiah, because he was a man of cunning device and a man of many flattering words, that he led away the hearts of many people to do wickedly, yea, and seek to destroy the church of God, and to destroy the foundation of liberty, which God had granted unto them, or which blessing God had sent upon the face of the land for the righteous sake." When Captain Moroni heard what Amalekiah and his followers were doing, he was very mad. He was so mad that he took part of his clothes and he ripped a big piece off, and then he wrote on it, and he made it into a special flag, or as it's called in the scriptures, the title of liberty. In Alma chapter 46, verse 12, it tells us what he wrote. "And it came to pass that he rent his coat, and he took a piece thereof, and wrote upon it, In memory of our God, our religion, and our freedom, and our peace, and our wives, and our children. And he fastened it upon the end of a pole." After he did this, he prayed, and then he went out and brought all the people together who believed in Christ and in freedom, and he asked them to make a promise with God. Amalekiah and his group of followers were worried that they would lose in a fight with the army of Moroni, so they ran away to the Lamanites. Now, Amalekiah was really wicked, and he found a way to become king over the Lamanites by lying and killing. Because of his choices, many wars were fought between the Lamanites and the Nephites. Captain Moroni continued to be faithful to God and to the promise that he had made. He also did all that he could to prepare the people and the cities against the attacks of the Lamanites. So what does all of this mean for us in our day? Well, Captain Moroni was a faithful and a strong disciple of Jesus Christ who inspired the Nephites to live the gospel. He did all that he could to help prepare his army for the battle ahead. We, too, can be faithful like Captain Moroni. We can prepare ourselves with knowledge and spiritual protection by learning the gospel of Jesus Christ.